There we go. All right, we're live. Oh, we're live? Oh, good. All right, y'all. We already live. All right. All right, everybody. So I got some more beverages. Why you gotta put that on? Yeah, mine. You know, something.
Whatever that was, turn that off. That song came out a long time ago.
All right.
Like that.
All right.
It's the heat. Everybody's gonna be
So one thing that my professors always told me in college is that we all got to put our phones right here. I'm not gonna make y'all do that, but I just hope that everybody don't be on their phones, don't be on nothing. Just pay attention, and you might learn something.
And if the phones become a problem,
Yeah, please try not to talk. No phones. It's gonna be fun. Y'all are gonna learn something that you are gonna use. I promise you're gonna want to use it in the future.
Yeah.
So, my class is called the Journalism Masterclass. Have you guys ever heard of journalism before? Do you know what journalism is? Y'all gotta sit down. Okay, I feel it. Okay, she's a photographer. Amaya.
No, she's just trying to get in on camera. Look.
all right, have a seat.
All right, Maya, you gotta close the door.
Oh, see y'all later.
Well, we're doing this for the children on the computer. Come on. Yeah, look, let's go. Hey, you want a Kool-Aid? All right. All right. So, nice to meet y'all. I'm glad y'all all came. We're going to teach you about journalism. Journalism. Let's think about what journalism is. Journalism is the production, the distribution, is the creation of current events and relevant history, and it's basically you're creating media for people that's about current events, relevant history, and it's the activity of gathering, assessing, creating, and presenting news and information. So the most important thing about journalism, number one, is that you want to expose the truth. You want to tell the truth. You want people to see what you think is the truth, what your idea of the truth is. So with journalism, there's many types of journalism. There's journalism that's called investigative journalism. That's when you're putting on a detective hat and you're going undercover and you're finding out some information so that you can relay it to people that you're doing all your research. That's investigative journalism. Then there's like watchdog journalism, where you're basically looking out for your neighbors. You're looking out for the people around you. We'll call that protecting your neighbors from illegal activity. That's watchdog journalism. Then there's hard news. You good, baby. You good. So then there's hard news. There's a bunch of different types. There's a bunch of different types. There's hard news. Hard news is the stuff like politics, all the stuff you don't really understand yet, but it's hard news, like Kobe Bryant's death. Y'all remember hearing the story about Kobe Bryant's death? That was hard news. That was very hard hitting stories. And then there's Amaya, you gotta sit down. We shouldn't have gave you that Kool-Aid. You got too much energy.
Be respectful. Let's take a minute to be mindful of where we are, and let's give Brittany our attention and respect, okay?
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna restart it.
Yeah,
Give a little bit of a summary. Yeah. Okay. So we're doing a journalism masterclass. What is journalism? Journalism is the gathering and the creation of media that has to do with relevant current events. Okay. So it's telling stories. It's storytelling. Anytime there's all types of journalism, and you don't have to be a reporter to be a journalist. Some of the best journalists out there are NWA, Tupac. Let's go ahead and say Jay-Z. Some of the best journalists out there even Lil Durk, people that tell their truth. When they tell what they feel is real and what their experience is in the world, that's journalism. It doesn't have to be a reporter. It doesn't have to be somebody in front of the camera even. Journalism comes in many forms, okay? So what I'm going to cover today is what is journalism? And then how do you tell a story? And then what kind of stories can you tell? What kind of stories are out there that you guys can tell? So like I said, journalism is the creation of current events, the creation of media around current events and relevant history. So there's many types of journalism. There's investigative journalism, which is when you're putting on your detective hat. There's watchdog journalism, when you're looking out for your neighbors. You're saying, hey, there's something going on in my neighborhood. The police did this to certain people in my neighborhood. I need to let that information out. Then there's hard news, like breaking news, like there's a fire in El Segundo. There's a car crash in Compton. You know, that's hard news. Next is soft news, like the lifestyle news, the entertainment news. LeBron James is coming to the Lakers. That's a soft news story, you know. SJL is coming to Watts, to the Empowerment Center. That is a soft news story. You have a question? What is that? All right. We're going to come back to that question. What is blends? What is blends?
So it's a thing where it's a block and you got a thing for a beat in the air.
Let's do that after the show.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
Okay.
We're going to do that in about an hour, okay? All right. So soft news is that LeBron James coming to the Lakers. SJL putting on a show for Watts. That's soft news. And the way that you can present news is through broadcast journalism. So broadcast journalism is the TV. When you see people on NBC, CNN, MSNBC, Vice, you see people on Instagram telling you news, that's broadcast news. Somebody's out there reporting, and like I'm doing to you guys right now, I'm broadcasting some information. That's broadcast news. So those are just some of the types of journalism. There's a whole lot more. And honestly, with journalism, the one thing that I love personally about journalism is that you can do it about anything you love, no matter what you love. If you love to draw, you can make a blog and tell a whole bunch of stories about other drawers, other artists, other art that you like. If you like to play Roblox, you can create a whole website, a whole blog telling you tips and tricks on Roblox, cool little fun things to do on Roblox that other people don't do. Whatever you feel like telling, whatever story you feel like telling, you can do that through journalism. So that's why I personally love journalism. And now I realized I didn't even give a bio about myself, so you guys don't even know who I am. You don't know what I do. My name is Brittany Smith. I'm a reporter and a producer and a digital content producer with Spectrum News One. Spectrum is a news channel in Los Angeles, but they've got news stations all over the country. They've got news in New York, in Charlotte, and in Texas, all over. So at Spectrum, what I do is I'm a producer. There's a couple different types of jobs in the journalism world that you all can get when you grow up. You could be a reporter, you could be a producer, you could be an editor, you could be a news director. Those are just four, but there's so many other sub jobs in journalism that you guys could take. I'm a producer. So what does a producer do? A producer finds stories. A producer produces ideas. So like if you have an idea, like if you want to make a Roblox blog, you want to make a blog all about Roblox, what my job as a producer would be is to find the story to do about Roblox. My job would be, okay, what do we want to cover? How do you beat the boss in Roblox? How do you beat the biggest character in Roblox? I'm going to give you the how-to guide on how to do it. That's what a producer does. They give you the ideas for what you want to do with your story. And another thing producers do in broadcast journalism is they conduct interviews. I don't know if you guys know Marcus and Marquand, but I conducted an interview with them for Spectrum News One, for a professional news company. I conducted the interview in the gym over there, and it was our biggest story all year, an SJL story. It was the biggest story of Spectrum News all year, and it was with Marquand and Marcus. Thank you. I appreciate the claps. We're doing a class right now.
Right here.
We're doing a class right now. You on stream, so don't. If you walk in, you're gonna be on TV.
Yeah. Jayan, come sit down.
All right, y'all. So part of what a producer does, everybody. Part of what how do we lock it? Like Elof said. Okay. All right. So like I was saying, y'all, a producer conducts interviews. They look up story ideas and they write scripts. So I'm gonna try to work with you guys today. We're gonna try to produce a whole video about you guys and what we're doing today. That's what our goal is. If we get to it in that time, let's see, we at 5:12 right now. I'm hoping in 15 minutes we're gonna be done with me talking and we're gonna be hands-on creating a video. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of different jobs, but there's a producer, reporter, news director, and an editor. Those are all 4 jobs that work together to make one newscast. So I'm a producer. The reporter is somebody that does everything. The reporter is somebody that goes out with a camera. Are you gonna come in? Good. All right. So a reporter. Come on, y'all. Come on. We already on live. You guys are making my time go. I gotta wait for you guys. We only got an hour. It's gonna end in an hour. I'm really live. Look, it's on YouTube. I don't even know, but I sent it to a whole lot of people all over LA. Yeah. So, okay. So a reporter is somebody that takes a camera. It could be this camera. It could be your phone. Honestly, at Spectrum, at my professional company at Spectrum, all the reporters have to shoot with their smartphones. They have to take their iPhones out in the field because not only when you use your smartphone, this thing is intimidating. When you go to somebody's face and you're like, hey, tell me your truth, and you point this at them, they might be hesitant to say what they really feel. They might they might get scared. A lot of people get scared when they see this. They think, oh, I gotta be perfect. Oh, whatever. So when a lot of times news producers nowadays will ask you to use your smartphone because it gives you more access to true emotions. When you come to somebody and say, hey, what happened? And you have your phone pointed at them, they're not going to respond the same way if you have a big old camera and you say, what happened? So nowadays, you guys have the upper hand. You guys have the technology to do news stories. You have the technology to do any type of video creation that you want to. So it's really important that you guys know that you guys can do that. So a reporter is somebody that shoots stories with their own phone or with their camera. They conduct interviews just like a producer does, but they do it on camera. If you want to be famous, but you don't want to be an actress, you don't want to have to read lines, you don't want to be a singer or a dancer, you just want to be a personality, you want to be yourself, you could be a reporter. You could go out into the world, talk to people the same way you talk to them on an everyday basis and record it. And a reporter is somebody that just tells their own story. So the reporter is somebody that does it all by themselves. An editor is somebody that's very smart. They know the technology and they use a software like I'm going to show you guys today. Hopefully, if we get enough time, I'll show you how to edit. An editor puts clips together to make one big story. So the editor, and that pays a lot of money. When you start to think about these jobs, think about the opportunity that this could bring in your life. You are doing something that is so easy and fun to do, and all it has to do is telling your story, telling your perspective. You don't have to do math, you don't have to do science, you don't got to do none of that. You just got to go out and talk to people, and that's what the beauty of journalism is. And last but not least, in news, there's a host and there's an anchor. You want a Kool-Aid?
Can I get Kool-Aid? I don't want you wasting.
All right, you gotta sit down, mama. You gotta sit down.
Come sit.
Go sit down. I'll bring it to you.
Yeah.
Go sit down.
Can I get a Kool-Aid?
Yeah, I'll get you one.
Me too.
No Kool-Aid time after.
Yeah.
Keep going. I'll have to.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if there's much in there, but then there's this too. But I was gonna save this for last.
She's live.
Okay. All right. So last but not least, this is my favorite job of journalism. This is the job that pays the most. This is the job that everybody knows. When they watch the news, you're like, oh my God, that's what I want to do. It's a host or an anchor. So right now I'm doing this video. I'm speaking to you guys. I'm technically like a host. I'm telling you guys all the information. I'm the face of this program, right? A host or an anchor, a news anchor, is somebody that sits at the desk inside the studio and tells all the stories straight from the desk. And they're like, on today's news, we've got this going on, this. That anchor makes a lot of money and is the face of the news organization. It's a lot of power that you hold as a news anchor. You basically are the face that wakes people up. You're the face that tells people all the craziest stories about their world. You're a real important person if you're a news anchor. And so that's a job that if you guys want to be famous, want to be a personality, you don't have to have a lot of special talent like singing, dancing, and all that, rapping. You could just be a person speaking your truth, and you could be a famous person, news reporter, news anchor, news host. So anyways, we're gonna talk about what makes a good story. So all this talk about journalism, whatever, but what makes a good story? How do I know that I should be shooting this right now? So good stories have more than one of these elements that I'm going to show you guys. These are words that you might not understand right now, but I'll explain them to you. Proximity. Every story has to have proximity. Proximity is what? It's how close is the story to the viewer. It's the location of the story. Where is the story taking place? Any stories that you guys hear, if you hear it's about Watts, California, you're going to pay attention because that's your neighborhood. That's where you're from. If you hear a story that's about LA, you're going to pay attention because you're from LA and you like LA and you know about LA. If you hear a story that's about India, you're going to say, well, I don't care. Like what's happening in India, I don't care. It's not relevant to me. That's because proximity matters when you're telling a story. You have to think about your viewer and what they care about. So if you're going to make a YouTube video, if you want to be a media professional, you want to be your own YouTuber, you have to make sure that your audience is feeling like they are being talked to, like it's relevant to them. You're not going to post your video to a bunch of kids in China because they don't know what you're talking about. You're going to post the video to your friends, your neighbors, people that you're talking about things that are in their neighborhoods. The next thing is prominence. Prominence means the importance of the person or the subject in the story. If you're not talking about something that people don't like right now, y'all, journalism to y'all doesn't have that much prominence. I'm gonna tell you that right now. In y'all's opinion, journalism doesn't have that much prominence because it's not that important to you all. But let's say Beyonce. If Beyonce walked in here and started telling her story, would y'all listen? Yeah. Right? Because Beyonce is a prominent person. She has a lot of importance to her. If Oprah walked in the door, if Jay-Z walked in the door, Kanye West, Chance the Rapper, any of you guys' favorite celebrities, if they walked in the door, you would not be talking right now because you would be wanting to hear what they say because they are prominent people. Stories have to have prominence in order for people to care about them. Some stories. So next, in order, what makes a good story is timeliness. With news, we call it news. Why? Because it's new, not because it's old. So if you telling something, it has to be happening right now or else people do not care. If you telling a story about something that happened 2 years ago, people do not care. Then you have to tell them about what's going on right now in their world, how it interacts with what they're doing right now. A next thing that the story has to have is oddity. Is the story unusual in some type of way? Is it strange? Is it shocking? Is it bizarre? Let's see, an odd story would be, for some reason, there's a meteor coming to planet Earth, headed straight for y'all. That's real odd and unusual. It doesn't happen every day. It's a bit scary, and it's not a usual thing that occurs. So everybody's gonna pay attention to that story when you hear that story. When you hear a meteor is coming to Earth, you're gonna say, oh my gosh, that's unusual. That's why it's an important story. That's why people care about that story. The next one is consequence. Consequence. A story has to have consequence. Just means what happens after. What happens after you tell that story? What how will it impact the people around them? What's the consequence of that story? will it have a direct impact on your community? So if I told a story right now that said, the Empowerment Center will no longer be open for any kids ever. The media labs will never be open again. That has a consequence, a direct consequence on you guys' lives. And that is something that you all would care about. That's a news story that you all would care about because it has a direct consequence on your life. Come on in.
You accepted new attendance?
Yeah, new attendance.
I gave you any stand in the sign.
Yeah, you said you got to sit over here. We're on live. We're on live. We're on live.
Peter doing all right? All right, Peter.
Come on. Okay. Yeah, no music. Turn all the way off. Okay. All right. So next, a story has to have conflict. When you guys, I don't know, have you guys ever been to World Star?
Yeah.
World Star, that's a journalism website, believe it or not. And it's crazy, but it's a journalism website. And mostly what World Star posts is what's called conflict journalism. It's a lot of problems that they post on World Star. They'll post fights, disputes, crazy things, you know? That's a World Star moment, right? Well, conflicts are a part of journalism. It's a very interesting story. Humans love conflict, and it's crazy. It's just one of our things that we love. Human interest. If you see it, have you ever seen a dog skateboarding? Have you guys ever seen a dog skateboarding?
Nope, I want to see it.
It's crazy. It's a human interest story. There's these little bulldogs that like to get on skateboards and they'll go skating. That's a human interest story. That's why people care about it, because it's like, wow. Human interest stories are something that make you go, wow, or that make you say, oh, that's cute, something like that. And then there's extremes. Have you ever heard of a story of the oldest woman in the world is 115 years old, or the tallest man in the world is 8 foot something? Like, those are extremes. That's an extreme jump. To be 8 feet tall, that's extreme. If you ever heard of somebody that's 3 foot tall, that's extremely small. People care about things that are like, wow, that's extreme. So that's another thing people care about. The very last thing people care about is scandals. This is real juicy. This type of journalism, have you ever seen the tabloids that talk about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are going to break up? Rumors, exactly. The Shade Room. Have you ever been on the Shade Room?
No.
A lot of what the Shade Room posts are scandals. Scandal journalism is very entertaining. People like hearing about scandals. One of the biggest scandals that in my field, I do sports journalism. I work with the Lakers and I work with the Dodgers. One of the biggest scandals that we have in the sports journalism world was Deflategate in 2008. It was Tom Brady deflating footballs. He was cheating. I will let it be known. It was the Patriots. I'm calling them out because I'm a Ravens fan. But in 2008, I believe, or it was maybe 2010, Tom Brady was out there deflating the balls, making them not as Tom Brady is the quarterback of what team, or was the quarterback of what team? Yeah, he is now. But who did he spend 17 seasons with? Boy, what Michigan team? Boy, oh my God. No, you're right. Thank you. Okay, so anyways, the Deflategate, that was a huge scandal. Man, there's a whole lot of scandals in the world. So scandals are really juicy journalism that people like. And the very last thing is impact. Like I said, you have a question?
Yeah. Why is that TV like?
It's behind, it's alive. So it's a little bit after. That's what happens when you broadcast something. It takes a second for it to relay on your video. So it's going to get to the viewer a couple seconds behind. That's what happens in all broadcast journalism. Yeah, they can hear, but y'all can hear me. Okay. We'll let you know.
How much subscribers you got?
I got 50 million. All right. So, all right.
And
counting, period. All right. So now I'm going to tell you guys the elements of a story, how you can create a story. Now you guys know what makes a good story. Now you know when you're looking outside in the world, you say, hey, that's crazy. That'll be a good journalism story. Now you know how you can write it. I'm about to tell you how you can write it. The most important thing in journalism is the who, what, when, where, and why. Have you guys ever heard that in school? Have you ever heard who, what, when, where, and why? The 5 W's. This is something that they teach you in college. When you go to a university, they're going to ask you, do you know what the 5 W's and the H are? And the 5 W's are the who, what, when, where, and why. And the last thing you want to ask is how. How did that happen? Thank you. How? So the 5 W's and the H. When you're telling a story, you wanna know who's involved, where it happened, what's going on, why it's happening, and how it's happening.
It's the police. They open up.
Oh no.
It's the FBI. Look what you want to say. You press back.
Hey man, what you doing? We're not gonna leave the chair now. All right. I think we're ready. To start making a video now. I think we're ready to start putting some journalism into action now. Okay. All right. So, can you guys think of any ideas for what would be a good journalism story after me telling you all those things? Is there anything that you guys think would be a good story? Because I'm telling you right now that there's a good story right in this room. There's a good story right in this room. What's a good story? Do you have a story idea?
And that's just on Space Jam too. Oh.
Okay, that's a very good story, honestly. That's a very good that was a great lead. Let me tell you, that was a lead right there. What you just said, you gave me a who, what, a when, because you're talking about right now, and you gave me the where, because you talking about the NBA, and you gave me the why. But you didn't give me the why. You got to write the story to tell me why. Those are all great points. So you could go and write an opinion story right now about that. That's a great idea. So he just gave us a good story idea, but I'm gonna tell you guys, there's one that relates to every single one of you in this room right now. All right, y'all ready? Y'all gotta focus, everybody. Shh. Hey, there's a story that's in this room right now that involves all you guys. And the story that we're gonna do today, I'm gonna do it right now with you guys. Hey, come in. You sit down, I'll give you another Kool-Aid. Yeah, if you be quiet. You old enough. You supposed to be the example now. I know, but you supposed to tell him after class. I'll show you how to tell my name. That's what. Yeah. How you gonna? You just cut off your own story. Come on now. So, anyways, there's a story that all you guys are involved in that I'm gonna ask one of you guys to volunteer, because I'm gonna interview one of you guys, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be you. So I'm about to interview one of you guys. Amaya, you say you want to be a celebrity. Can I interview you? Okay, I need two. So Amaya's one. Okay, I need 3. Okay, I need 4. Okay. Everybody that wants to get interviewed, come to the front of the room. Okay? All right.
I ain't getting no shot.
Look, you only got one shot to be famous, so you don't want to miss out. I want to get you.
But I need you just like her. Oh, didn't they?
Yeah, they can. You want to go first? So you don't see no subscribers? Okay.
Her subscribers?
Where your subscribers at? Where your chat at?
So people are looking at it.
I'm gonna show. Y'all want to see my?
Y'all watch out. Only y'all watch out. Looking at it. First meet. She said first meet. Y'all get out of it.
I don't see no subscribers.
Y'all get out of it. Watch out.
Here, back up. Amaya, come over here. We're gonna do your interview right here in front of the camera. Let's show the kids what the interview is looks like. So Amaya, I want you to stand right here. Okay? You need it? I'm gonna use it too. Use theirs. All right. All right. So we're gonna do an interview with Amaya right now. Y'all want to be a part of it? Y'all can ask her questions. Y'all can ask whatever. Okay, good. So I got a few questions for her, and then if y'all got any questions, it better be appropriate too. It better be an appropriate question. All right. So hang on. Okay, perfect.
When did you go?
Oh yeah. You know my phone camera don't even work. Okay, so. But okay, all right. So I'm about to interview Amaya right now. We're about to do a story on what's happening in this room right now. Y'all ready? All right, Amaya. The first thing I'm gonna ask Amaya is, what's your name and how do you spell it, please? First and last name.
My name is Amaya Bryant. Spell it A-M-I-Y-A.
Everybody gotta be quiet. Everybody gotta be quiet.
R-Y-N-N.
Hey, we're filming right now. The camera is on right now, and we're doing an interview with Amaya. So everybody gotta, if you're gonna talk to somebody, you gotta mouth it. You can't say nothing right now, because we gotta hear her. All right? So Amaya, you say your first name is A-M-A-Y-A? How you spell it?
A-M-I-Y-A-H-B-R-Y-A-N-T.
Okay. Ooh, like Kobe. Okay. Let's see. Kobe Bryant, Amaya Bryant. Okay, you must be related. All right. So Amaya, what is something that you want to do when you grow up, Amaya?
Be a dancer and an actress.
Okay. And how do you think you're gonna get there? What steps are you gonna take to become a dancer or an actress?
By training to be a dancer and an actress.
So when I ask you something, Amaya, I'm gonna conduct this interview. When I talked to Marcus and Marquand, I told them when I'm doing the interview with them, I need them to say the full sentence of what their answer would be. So I ask you, what do you want to be when you grow up? This is what you say to me. You say, I want to be blank, blank, blank. Okay? You want to sit down? Hit it. Look right at the camera too. Look right at the camera. Okay? So when you grow up, you say you want to be an actress. What kind of movies do you want to work on? You say, I want to work on.
I want to work on like action movies.
What you want to do? Movies? You want to do TV shows? What do you want to do? Say it again. I want to do.
I want to do movies.
What type of movies?
Like action movies.
Okay. Anything else? Anything else you want to tell the camera about yourself? Okay.
Favorite actress.
Yeah, look right at the camera.
Hey y'all.
What's your
Gotta be a
favorite?
show or like
It has to be your favorite actress. It don't even matter where she comes from.
she's on
That's a great shot.
I forgot.
Oh, Taken? You like the movie Taken? The daughter? Who? Y'all seen Taken? I don't even know. I don't even know who that is. You want to be in a movie like Taken, right? And so when you're here in SJL, do you feel like you're learning the things that is going to let you become an actress? You feel like you can become an actress working with us?
Yeah.
Okay. So say I feel like
I feel like I want to become an actress. Working with SJ.
Okay, we'd like to see it. That's Amaya's interview right there. Everybody give the snaps for Amaya. She just killed her interview. I did. You just
Oh, I got a question.
Okay. Hang on. All right. Go ahead. It better be a good one. This is a question.
Don't do that.
No, let me ask you.
Go ahead, ask it.
Hi.
All right, because if it ain't appropriate, you gotta be mad. Anybody else want to get interviewed? Come on.
She said
You're
one
gonna
at
be
a
next. You're
time.
gonna be next. I promise. All right.
My bad.
And so now that we got a shot from Amaya from that angle, hey, everybody. Hang on. since I got that shot from Amaya already, I wanna change up my look, and I want my camera to be looking different for this interview. So we're gonna change the perspective a little bit. You remember photography class? Y'all remember photography class?
No,
Is anybody there?
Photography class.
Anybody online remember photography class? Well, this part is about changing the perspective, like she was talking about. Yeah, you make you gotta work hard. Everything is free when you work hard. All right.
She going live on YouTube. I know. Oh, you only got one view. Who is
Alright,
that?
so-
Social justice lead. Go Brittany.
What's your first and last name?
Hi.
Everybody, No.
Quiet down.
We got the
quiet
live
down,
stream.
be mindful.
We got the live stream. All right. Everybody, we're going live. Our camera's recording. What's your first and last name? Your first and last name? Can you spell it? Okay. And what do you want to be when you grow up? She told me.
I'm a dancer.
Do you have any favorite dancers?
Yeah, dance.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok dances like Charlie the
Oh!
like TikTok dance.
Okay. You dance on TikTok? Are these your friends in this room? Oh, okay. Do you feel like this is a fun place to be, this room right now, and hanging out in here? Do you like hanging out? So say when you answer my question just like I did to them, I want you to say, I feel like, I want you to say, repeat the question in your answer. So I feel like this is a fun place, something like that. It's recording, So you said you feel like this is a fun place. This is a fun room for you to hang out in. Tell me what do you do in this room?
We draw in here and we
Come on, you gotta speak up because you hear everybody in here. I'm screaming, and everybody in here is talking over you. You gotta be heard. So what are you saying?
I like to draw and I draw a picture.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Can I see the picture that you did?
Over there.
Okay, look. We're gonna cut the camera and let me see the picture that you did. Please don't let it be okay. Please don't let me be looking crazy. Oh, I'm already loving it. Oh, yes. Black Lives Matter. Go ahead. Okay, hold it up. Okay, who made that? She did, just now. Okay, back the phone camera up a little bit. And we're gonna record this. Can you tell me a little bit about this picture that you made?
I draw it.
Speak louder, because everybody's talking.
I brought a video of you doing your YouTube, and I dropped the camera and the thing that was like
Okay, thank you. That's good. That's a very great. Okay, so now that we got a good interview with her, and she gave us a good story. She gave us a good story in her interview. So what we want to do now is we want to get a second shot at this story. So we're gonna go closer and we're gonna zoom in on this so that we can use it in our edit when we're done. Okay. So we're gonna record this. This is a great.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, I swear you don't.
Almost done. We're still live. All right. Last but not least, I need one person. Oh, me. Sorry. You wanna be? All right. This is gonna be our last part of the interview, And actually, she's not gonna be interviewed. She's gonna be our reporter for the story that we did. Okay? Come on up. So we just did a story. We just got interviews, and we just basically got a story. So now she's gonna tell our story. She's gonna do the stand-up for us. What's your name? Malaysia. Malaysia's gonna be our reporter. Oh, look
What
at
are you doing?
Okay, perfect. Sit down. Sit down. Actually, Malaysia, we want you to stand up. Y'all wanna be?
I'm using
You wanna be? So what's the time? You wanna be the reporter? Yeah. You wanna do it with her? Yeah, do you wanna be that? Okay, so get up. Get up. And I'm gonna have you vlog. And I'm gonna have you two stand.
You vlog with that camera?
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have you two stand up, okay? Hey, come over here. Come stand next to Malaysia. Come stand next to Malaysia. Back up a little bit. Get the. Yeah. Yeah, we're on live. All right. So, what's your name, young man? Young man. What's your name? Davion? Okay, Malaysia and Davion are our reporters. They're gonna be.
His real name is
Doobie. Now, what's your name? Peter Johnson.
Be quiet.
No, not Peter Johnson. Hey! Your name is Eternity Burning.
Eternity Hershey.
All right, you guys. All right, everybody get behind them. Everybody get behind them so we can. Come on, baby. What you doing? Yeah.
You have to stay over here.
All right. All right, you two are gonna be our reporters. I'm gonna need you guys to come a little closer.
Okay, I just did it to the lady.
Okay, it might get a little weird. Come a little- come this way. Come this way. And
Okay, we almost there.
we almost there. This is the end of the
Come on.
All right.
Beautiful artwork.
So look. So this is gonna be the end of the video, and I want you guys to say.
I love this TV show.
All right, everybody.
Listen up.
This is the one thing that they have to say that's scripted on camera. It's scripted, okay? It's gonna be scripted because you guys are working together. Come in and the doors gotta be closed because they're about to record something together. This is the wrap. This is the end of the show, so it's gotta be real quiet.
And then we do
Say it again?
We can't do that until
Yeah, it's a quick minute. All right, everybody gotta be real quiet because they about to do something together on camera.
The first one that talks, that is the
I know.
Exactly, period. I don't know what that is still, but. All right, can everybody get seated? Because they gotta be the only ones standing for this stand-up. It's literally called a stand-up, and it's at the end of the show. I'm a reporter. Okay, all right, girl. I feel it.
I'm the city.
Okay, all right. All right, so what I want you guys to say when I turn the camera on, you guys are gonna have 15 seconds, okay? And I want you to say, here in the Empowerment Center, we get to do whatever we want, and we get to live, or say whatever you feel. Say whatever you feel could summarize what you do right here in this room, okay? And I want you to say, and right whenever you're done saying what you're saying, I want you to say, reporting live from Watts, California. My name is blank. Okay, so that's what you gotta say.
Malaysia. Put your paper down.
No, I'm gonna have you guys do it separate. You guys are gonna say it both together. Like you're gonna say your piece, and you're gonna say reporting live from Watts, California. My name is Davion. So you're gonna say reporting live from Watts, California. My name is Malaysia. Okay. All right. And Malaysia, before you say reporting live, I actually want you to say this. I want you to say, here in Watts, California, or here in the Empowerment Center, we get to make all of the unique art that speaks to us. That's what I want you to say, okay? We get to make the unique art that speaks to us. Say that. Here in the Empowerment, make it your own. You want me to write down for you? Okay. So look, so you want to say, we get to make all the art that we want here in the environment. You want Amaya to help me? Amaya.
Yeah.
Can you help her?
Help her do
Malay?
Yes, good.
She wants your help in order for her to say this. It's a script. Actually, you're an actress, so we need you to do this. It's a script. It's lines. We need you to say the lines. Okay? We want her to say, here in the Empowerment Center, we can make any art.
2%.
Okay. Any art. Wait, so who go first? They're gonna go first, and then you say you wanna what's something that you like to do here. Okay. No, what's
That's live. Why is you
Okay,
doing
so
that?
here in the Empowerment Center,
No.
I used to play all the basketball.
She couldn't
I
know.
want you to say that, okay? And I want you to say reporting live from California. No, I know. All right, stand up.
Oh, that's cute.
All right, everybody else, be quiet. Hey, they got 15 seconds to say this. Any art we want. Can you guys say that together at the same time?
She probably camera shy.
I want y'all to say it together, okay? Yeah. We almost done, y'all. We almost done.
No, it's this. Look.
She don't want
This.
You ain't making on
You
you.
gotta learn.
I gotta what? Learn them.
I gotta let you know.
She got it.
It's turning
All right. Everybody stay behind.
Do not scrape that thing no more.
You got to make that sound and all that stuff because you gotta be in the art.
You gotta be in the what? In the art?
No, all you see
Oh, I see what game you're playing. I'll be there in a second. Okay, I'll tell you two. One second. Okay, it's real life. I'm gonna do it. All right, everybody.
Good job.
They're about to say this together. This is lines. They're about to read lines. Amaya's about to act, and she's about to report. The lady's about to report right now. Okay. So what's in your line that you're gonna say? Here in the Empowerment Center, we can any art we want.
Who gonna say it?
Both of us at the same
I'm
time.
not taking pictures.
Okay. And then right when you're done, I'm gonna stop it, but I want you to say reporting live from Watts. My name is Malaysia. Reporting live from Watts. My name is Amaya. Okay? Okay? You don't have to say it at the same time. That part. Okay, I'll let you guys know, okay? All right. So 3.
Quiet down.
3. Hey,
Quiet on the set.
Quiet on the set. No, stop messing with the computer. You're gonna
finna break it.
Yeah, don't sit on it.
If you can't be quiet in these last
That's
few
right here. All right. 3, 2, 1. Hold on. It wasn't quiet. It wasn't quiet on the set.
No, this is the last part.
Come on.
Literally 5 seconds.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, so we need to count in here.
All right, everybody.
We got it.
No more small talking. No more nothing. Don't talk to your neighbor until they're done saying this. They gotta say it loud for the camera.
Who's talking
All
before
right.
I show you the first one?
Everybody put the ones in front of their lips. Okay? Put the ones in front of you, not my stars. Put the ones in front of everybody. Ones. All right. So I need you guys to speak up and say, here in the Empowerment Center, we can make all the art we want. Okay? 3, 2.
Here in the Empowerment Center, we can do any art we want. Reporting live from Amaya.
Period. We like it. All right. So we got our story. How much time we got left? Oh, we got 10 minutes. Lord have mercy. Almost in 10 minutes. All right, everybody. So now the last. Okay, yeah. Come on. And then I want you to talk about basketball, right? And you say, here in the Empowerment Center, I can play all the basketball, or I play basketball every day or something like that. You know? Wait, Malaysia, you gotta move. You gotta move.
I did.
Yes. And then you have to say, the last thing you say is recording live. My name is Dave Gambler. You turn it to recording live from what? My name is Dave Gambler. So I want you to say recording live from what? My name is Dave. Okay?
Are we gonna get mad if I said I was playing it first?
You guys, this is important for all the other kids. All right. You gotta be completely, Davion's doing his stand-up. Amaya. Davion's doing his stand-up real quick. Yeah, everybody put the ones. Everybody put the ones. Everybody put the ones. Put the ones. All right. So go ahead. You can say, I can break everybody's ankles, whatever. Remember you say, reporting live from Watts. My name is Davion. Okay. All right. 3, 2. Amaya. 3, 2, 1.
Here in the Empowerment Center at the play basketball and shoot fights necessary. Recording live from LA.
Amazing.
A minute, I'll let you know.
All right, so we done.
Appreciate y'all.
We done. So now I want to try to clip it together real quick so they can see the final product. I'll tell you afterwards. I'm gonna just get some B-roll. Yeah, I'm gonna just get some real quick B-roll. Yeah.
Yeah, show me more quantity.
Hey, show me your dribbling.
No, not yet.
How many views you got?
0.
Try to break people's ankles right now. Show me how you be breaking ankles.
I can't do behind the lip.
But this not hers. This says JL.
Behind the lip.
It's not working though.
You say you are someone. Go follow me. I put this one right
Like this.
Pinterest.
So look, watch out, Amaya. We're gonna edit this video real quick.
Where's my opponent?
We're gonna edit this video real quick.
Where's my opponent, Marcus?
I'll show you their video. This video got 4,000 views. All right. Anybody that wants to learn about editing, we're gonna edit right here.
Can I see my opponent?
Yeah. So now that we finished recording that, we're gonna edit our piece. So we're gonna open up Premiere.
Photoshop?
Let's see, can we share our screen with this? I wonder if there's anybody streaming live. Share screen. Okay.
You gotta press it. You gotta press this first.
Oh, really? What the heck is going on? Yes. Yeah, y'all can play on the computers now.
You said you was gonna give me something to drink.
Oh yeah, well they done drank it all, so you missed out.
Because you said you was gonna give it to me after.
Did I?
Yeah, me and Peter.
I don't remember that.
When I said that, me too.
I will if you give me my backpack right over there next to the Kool-Aid Jammers box. I'll get you something for real after this. No, I'm live, but I'm gonna just edit it real quick. I'm sharing my screen. Yep. Woo, these children are amazing.
What's the drink?
Oh, thank you. I gotta go buy it.
You said you was gonna give it to me.
Yeah, I gotta buy it.
You said you was gonna give it to me.
I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna buy it.
Pulled up on you. Where did you say?
I made him go get my backpack. He said, "Where's my juice at now?"
I think it's fixed.
Statement of it all.
Yeah, he's a
I heard
businessman.
too many
Yeah, I appreciate it.
He said I heard too many lies.
What's going on?
All right, we're gonna quickly edit this together.
Wow.
No, this means.
They line fast.
Let me see. That's the brightest I can go.
She take me more.
I don't know. You gotta ask somebody about that. I don't know.
She take me in the market.
She is, yes, she is. You're somebody.
No, I'm not the one.
Listen, you're doing great, sweetie.
I thought
That
actually
was
that
so-
was
Is that my
really
picture?
helpful.
You fooling too much with Max.
Max.
Don't worry about Max. I want to see
Yeah,
mine.
did y'all learn something?
It's really good actually.
Okay.
No, I was literally, I felt like I was in like my intro class.
Yeah, I mean that's what they taught me, so I just taught them.
Okay, look. A word.
Taught them what they
That's
what
the
they
quote
taught
right
me.
there. She said that's what I said. I felt like I was in my intro class in college. And she said that's what they taught me. So I just taught them.
Come on,
Yep.
boy.
That's exactly what they taught me.
Where's the Grammy?
All right, here we're just gonna edit together a little thing. They can show them what they did.
I'm excited. Do I need to sit still? You said I'm an artist. Look, you can be on the move. I don't
She
need
drew
it.
me, and
She said I paint. I just do this. I do.
She said, I do
stills,
what I
do
gotta do.
lifestyle.
she said whatever
She
you
said
need,
my
I
master class
do.
is up there. Whatever you need, I got it.
Right, that's what I do.
What's going on?
Oh,
Y'all kidding? Not Max separate.
no.
Wait, what?
World Star.
Whoa! You need to help
Yes.
there. I can't help.
I can't help you there. I'm not going to try.
This
What
shit
is happening? This is crazy. Oh God. I'm gonna throw up. This makes me mad. What's happening right now? Children. Ooh.
The rest of it all. I'm gonna start crying.
I'm just an observer.
Come around. Go the other way.
Come around. It's locked.
What even happened?
What happened?
I don't have any, but you can give me some.
Are we still live streaming or? We still live streaming?
Now you look dumb. I need help with the password.
I don't know the password. I don't know the password.
You gotta ask Dust. No, that's not the password.
She gets always trying to bully people because nobody's scared of her. She just big just to be big.
Yeah, you gotta stand up for yourself. That's
Appreciate.
I need help with the password.
Let me see if I can find y'all the password. Where do you go? Right.
Yeah, we're good. That was, but it wasn't on the camera. So
She had her going to fight you. She said, watch when you get out there.
Why'd you want to find her again? They just stop.
Cause she wants to, that's not me. That's her. You go to her in.
Her cousin like, get her on my, get her on my.
She's like, oh, Amaya, oh, Amaya. Oh, that's funny.
Who's knocking? Hey, answer the door. Answer the door. I'm editing the little video.
No, I'm trying to learn. It was bad.
Bro, he just taking pictures.
It took him like 30 minutes to do one braid. I
It's a big one.
It's not like
Come on. Gotta go home. Come on. Gotta go home. All right. Wait on you.
she went home.
That's not big. It's like this.
What you do to her?
Don't start that. You weren't in here. Don't start that. Don't start that. Nobody did nothing. Nobody did nothing.
I seen the fight on the camera.
I know you did. I told everybody I got it on camera.
I told everybody I got it.
I did.
No, I didn't tell me it.
Talking about the camera on the tip.
I seen it in the office.
No, I'm not showing nobody.
Don't kick the man.
Oh, okay. Don't
Why are you Everybody left?
They're there.
Yeah, see, she's right there. She's breaking her.
Oh, okay. Whose little person is this? Come on, Leisure.
Oh boy.
Man, what a.
Sorry.
No, you good.
I think we have a story for today. I guess.
We do. We have. I tried to get them at least to say something. So
Someone
SJL.
wants to show up
They
on the
shouted out
camera
SJL.
for
Mhm.
real.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. That was scary.
Everyone has to be louder on the live stream.
I'm gonna go ahead and just stop the stream, but I was gonna show how we edited together. But I'm gonna just go ahead and.
You can call it quiet.
I would
At the end of the
call
day, we
that.
could restart the stream and you could like record that part up so like it comes from quiet. Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping the indoors
I'm
would be
sorry.
quiet, but no, it's okay. It happens. It's kids. You can't predict it. That was crazy. That was real crazy. All right, we're gonna close it out right now. We're an hour and 2 minutes in.